G'day and welcome to this week's video. My name is Robert Gowdy from Consortium Private Wealth, and we're going to do a very quick video on chasing a decent rate on your home loan and 3 things that you should do to make sure that you get that. Now, I'm not talking about the best rate that's out there, but definitely a better rate. And what the banks do, that is generally they rely on us to be a little bit lazy and not do anything about the rates. And I've known from my clients when I say, look, what home loan rate are you currently on? Most people generally don't know. So we're going to go through the 3 things that you should do to make sure that you are getting a decent rate and with as least amount of effort as possible, because refinancing, all that sort of stuff is really no fun. It includes paperwork and all the stuff that bores the hell out of us, given that we've got busy lifestyles already. But given that we're in the midst of COVID, perhaps there is a bit more time to make that call, to go and see your bank, your home loan provider, and just push them a little bit harder to make sure they're providing value. So obviously review your current home loan, job number 1. So like most clients, you really don't know what rate you've got. Banks absolutely rely on our laziness, and I think I can relate back to information I read about term deposits. The big 4 banks provide some of the worst term deposit rates that are out there. Some of the smaller banks, AMP for like, or Rabo and ING provide higher rates. But Commonwealth Bank is the biggest term deposit provider in Australia, and they have very poor rates compared to some of those other names. So it's just easier for us to do nothing. It's easier for us to continue with our current phone provider or energy provider rather than go through a process to change. So given that the interest rate has such a huge bearing on the length of the loan, how much interest we pay, it's a huge expense over the lifetime of a loan, whether that's 15 to 30 years. It's tens of thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of dollars of value and money you can save if you're not lazy and get in contact with your bank. So essentially what I'm saying at the moment, with record low interest rates, I reckon there should be a 2 in front of your home loan. When it's a simple principal and interest loan, there should be a 2 in front, 2.8, 2.9, 2.95, and make sure, based on what I've seen, there should be a 2 there somewhere. So know what you currently got. What's next? Well, you got to know what current offers are out there. So a quick internet search will highlight the lowest rates out there. Obviously there's heaps of comparison sites online, so go your hardest. There'll be plenty of ads. It is a lucrative area for the banks, so they advertise hard for it, so go and have a look. Make sure you check the comparison rates. So the comparison rate is essentially the whole cost of the loan, so establishment, monthly fees, the whole kit. So whilst you might have, say, 2.5% as one of the lowest rates out there, if the comparison rate is 3.2, then it's actually not that cheap. So you want to be able to find where the home loan rate is, say, 2.85 and the comparison rate is 2.85. So that means that it's going to be cheap for the duration of the loan, and when taking into account all of the ongoing costs to have the loan itself. Now at the moment there's a huge amount of enticements to refinance. That's not particularly the goal we're chasing here, but you need to know what's out there, because that can be your ammunition if you're not happy and the bank doesn't play ball with you. So that's number 2, go and find out what's out there, and that can be a bit of a gauge to what you should be getting closer to. Number 3, it's time to renegotiate. Ring your bank, go and have a chat to them if you've got someone in your local bank, but renegotiate your current loan. It's a hell of a lot easier than refinancing. So ring the bank. If you don't ask, you're not going to get. Simple, one of those simple things that don't be lazy, ask the question. And I've seen one of my clients in recent time, she made that same comment before, I just want to make sure there's a 2 in front of it. And whilst they said, well, it's all tough, things are tight, all the reasons why they probably couldn't do it, she goes, that's fine, just make sure there's a 2 in front, and that's exactly what they did. And in the background that if they don't play ball, you can move on. Some of the refinancing deals out there are really attractive in terms of the rate, but also the enticements to get you to move as well. The banks are really chasing high quality loans at this point in time. So if you've got a good stable job, good income, good amount of equity in your loan, there's going to be no issues. It'll just take a little bit of effort, but in this 3-step process, I'm sort of hoping that you can get the better rate without going through the pain. But you've got to be prepared to walk as well. So good luck with that. Go and grab yourself a better rate. These are historically low interest rates. We've never seen them before. No one has ever seen them before. It doesn't matter what generation that's come before us. These are record lows. They're going to be low for quite some time. Take advantage of them and get yourself a really cheap rate. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week's video. Please subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.